I've identified 7 constraints that are stopping you from either getting leads or booking appointments or sales calls on LinkedIn. I'm going to run through all of them now, and hopefully you'll be able to identify the constraint or the problem that you have and then allocate all your time, resources and energy into fixing that one thing and eliminating as many bottlenecks as possible. So firstly, you're probably not targeting the right people, either from an internal perspective, from something that you're passionate about and something that you got previous experience in, or the right industries or the right specialisms. The second thing here is your message, all right? You need a message that resonates with your target market, that they see and that stimulates them to either take action or download something or click or follow or buy or whatever it is. And when you're putting together a message, you really want to think about 2 things. Is it outcome focused and is it audience centric? Are you considering the transformation or the end result that people get, and are you also considering who those people are? Next is the offer and the journey that you take people on. Can you articulate that end result? But also, can you describe in sequential order the 3 to 5 major milestones or major steps that they're going to go through in order to see success, and show yourself as the person that can actually take them there? And the next thing under this bracket of positioning is the platform. Where are your clients? Because there's no point being on LinkedIn if all your clients are on TikTok. Now, overall, that's going to help with your positioning. Not only that, but it's going to save you time, because you don't want to plow loads of effort in over here when all your clients are over here. Constraint number 2 lies around your profile. Is it optimized? There are so many people that will go, oh, you need to optimize your profile. Yes, you do, but they're all making you massively overthink it. So I've boiled it down to 3 things. The first one is your headline or your bio, depending on what platform you're on. Again, is it outcome driven and is it audience centric? But is it bold? Is it unique? Is it saying the same as everyone else? Like, I helped so-and-so achieve so-and-so. Or is it actually drilling down into who you are as a person and your unique way of doing things? Because if you just sound the same as everyone else, you'll get the same amount of attention as everyone else, but split in a million different ways, because you're actually sharing the spotlight with everyone that you've copied or are similar to. The next thing on LinkedIn is your featured section. The best place, I believe, to be able to take people off platform without pissing LinkedIn off. So there are loads of things that you can put in here, but I recommend a lead magnet so you can capture people's email addresses and market to them off platform. Then I recommend a calendar link so anyone that is on the fence can actually just book a call with you without having to interact with you in any form. And the final thing is showcasing social proof and results, but doing it cleverly. Far too many people just put up a graphic with loads of text in that isn't easy to read and think that people are actually going to spend their time reading it. They're not. You just need to highlight the key words. What are your target market interested in outcome-wise? The best thing you can do for social proof, in my opinion, is just record video interviews with your client. The third major constraint is content. And this is one of the biggest, because we can spend hours on content and it just doesn't land or doesn't get the reception that we wanted or the number of leads or whatever. So I've boiled this down to 3 things: balance, production, and topic. So firstly, balance. A lot of people are skewed one way or the other rather than having a really balanced approach when it comes to the content. Now, not only does that mean the volume that you put out and the cadence, aka how frequently, but also are you balancing your content's objectives and making sure that you're not always trying to convert and you are actually trying to nurture people and build trust with them. There's also a question mark around balance for a lot of people around reposting and repurposing. So you can repost content from a couple of months ago, complete repost. On top of that, you can turn a video script into a text post or a text post into a video script. The next thing under content is the production. Are you including media? If you're not including media on most of your posts, i.e. a carousel, document, picture, video, then it's probably not going to get the same reach as if you did. That leads me to considering the format. Are you balancing out different formats, or are you consistently just putting out one type? Because if you are, and you're always talking about the same thing, which you probably should be, then your audience are going to tune out. So you want to be able to vary the format of the content that you're putting out too. The biggest thing on production for me is the hooks. The first thing that people see, read, or hear. Because if you can't hook someone in with that first sentence, you're guaranteed for them not to read or view the second. If they don't read or view the second, there's no way they'll read or view the third. And then they're never going to get to the meat of the post or the call to action that you have at the bottom. Which, funnily, is the next point. Your call to actions probably aren't prescriptive enough. You're probably pushing people in about 10 different directions instead of choosing one. And this all comes back to the objectives. Are you trying to capture attention, build trust, or convert people? The final thing in this section is playing to your strengths. So if you're a writer and you're not that good on camera, just stick to writing. If you're a designer and you're not that good at writing, try and put the emphasis on the design. And if you're best on camera, then just do that. Constraint number 3 when it comes to content is the topic. Are you balancing out the business and the personal posts? When you focus on the business content, are you solving a problem? Because if not, people won't be bothered. Next is referencing your offer. Are you shying away from how you help people, or are you referencing it multiple times a week? Because if you don't reference your offer at all, people will not know that you're able to help them. And the final thing here is that no idea is original, but you can reference ideas in a unique way. So are you making things unique to you, or are you just copying everyone else and doing what most of LinkedIn do, which is just act like a load of nodding dogs and copycats? Next is partnerships. I want to say partnerships, I kind of mean collaborations. Who are you reaching out to in your space and forming relationships with? That could be industry figureheads, could be people on the same level as you, could be competitors, that kind of thing. Are you regularly going live with people? Are you collaborating with people in your industry as well? And finally, are you going into their communities and dominating stages in your space so people look up to you as that expert that you want to be perceived as?
Hold that thought. I've just put together a free training where I break down my £1 million LinkedIn funnel. It's the exact same journey that's taken our Content to Clients program to almost 7 figures. And I'm going in depth. It's not one of those bullshit fluffy trainings where a guru just pitches at you for 30 minutes. This is every nook and cranny of our business. How to get attention and turn it into followers, how to build trust with those followers so they become leads, how to convert them from leads into paying clients, and how to deliver a systemized, repeatable service that gets results. Grab it for free now before I come back to my senses and charge £48,000 for it. The link to download it is below.
The next thing is your daily activity. And when it comes to daily activity on LinkedIn or any other social platform, the question you got to ask yourself is, am I being consistent? Because if you're not, you're going to stall your progress massively. I've distilled it into 3 core actions that you need to take, and that's conversations, connections, and comments. So are you having conversations with people inside the DMs where you're trying to instigate that next step of the customer journey, whatever it may be for them? Are you doing the absolute bare minimum and the basics and topping your audience up with 20 new connection requests every single day and building your following, particularly with ideal clients? And also, are you building relationships in the comments? Because if you can go and comment on other people's posts, it's going to bring their attention to you, to your profile, to your content, to your offer. The list goes on. Next thing I want to talk about is lead magnets. Every person and their pet has a lead magnet these days. Now, usually that's just a 12-page ebook that they put together in 10 minutes on Canva. So you want yours to stand out, because again, if it just fits into the noise of what every other is doing, you're just going to sound the same and no one's probably going to buy from you. So does your lead magnet solve a problem? Is it easy to access and actually valuable to someone? Does it position your offer well and continue the journey for them to book a call or click to buy or whatever it is? And is it practical? Is it just something that they read once and they go, oh yeah, that's okay? Or is it a bit of theory? Or is it something that they can actually put into action? So there's the concept of the lead magnet, but you actually need to drive people off platform to download it, and usually you'll want them to put their details in on a landing page. So again, is the landing page outcome focused? Is it simple and well designed and easy to understand? Have you got a CTA above the fold at the top? And is it easy to find the form to input their details? Then the next step after this is having a nurture sequence. Have you got like 5 to 10 emails that people receive after having downloaded your lead magnet? Are those emails a mixture of value and conversion, rather than just trying to force them to book a call? Are you injecting scarcity and urgency into those emails to make people or tempt people to book a call now, rather than leaving it a couple of months? And finally, do those emails contain social proof? Have they got results from other people who are similar to the people you're sending these emails to, who've achieved that person's desired result? Now, the final constraint, and definitely one of the most important, is your mindset and your time. Firstly, doubt. Are you overthinking stuff? If you even have to ask yourself that question, then chances are you are overthinking. Secondly, are you scared of failing, or are you scared of being judged? Because if you are, let me tell you this. 1, you are going to fail a lot, so f***ing get ready for it. And 2, people are going to judge you. Normally they won't say anything to you. It's usually because they're jealous, and they're not the type of people that you probably want to associate yourself with anyway. So honestly, don't worry about it. The next thing when it comes to doubt is doubting yourself and having a lack of conviction. You need to be able to demonstrate that you are confident in what you sell, rather than just being a bit airy-fairy about it. And that takes reps, okay? You need to do that a lot to be able to show up on camera, perhaps like this, and just convince people that you are a good person to work with and that you know what you're talking about. The second thing under mindset and time, funnily enough, is time. So are you spending more than 50% of your time generating leads and trying to convert people into clients? Because if you're going down the route of spending 80% of your time delivering to people, that window for creating money and creating opportunity and creating profit and revenue is too small. So 50% of your available business time should be spent generating leads and attention. Are you batch creating your content? Another one. Or are you being really, really reactive and just making it on the day in a hurry, in a rush, and leaving everything to chance? That's a really bad idea. What you want to do is carve out a couple of hours every single week where your sole purpose is to create content. Then you can live the rest of the week pain-free. Next, are you outsourcing repeatable tasks or are you just doing everything yourself? If you are and you can afford it, revenue permitting, go and hire a VA immediately and outsource. Next, are you limiting distractions? Because they zap your time more than anything else. Just one notification will offset your flow by about 20 minutes, apparently. It'll take 20 minutes to get back into flow state. So if you just get 10 notifications every day, I don't know, it's a lot of time. Next, are you leveraging AI and software or are you still doing everything manually? Have a play around with AI, I promise you, it will save you hours. And then finally under this, I just wanted to reference your behavior. So are you behaving like a social media manager or are you behaving like a CEO? Because if you're jumping into LinkedIn or Instagram all the time, just refreshing your feed or looking at your number of likes and engagement, you're not behaving like a CEO. These big players don't do that. They focus on the main drivers, which are generating leads, converting those leads, and delivering value to the client. That's it. Next, are you thinking long-term or short-term? Are you logging in every day going, oh, well, yesterday's post didn't perform very well, maybe I should put some more hashtags on it? Or are you going, this post is one of 365 posts this year, and what I need to do is actually zoom out and play the longer game? And the last two, are you avoiding the boring work? Because yes, generating leads, especially at the start, is very boring, and you're also a bit nervous about it because you've not tried, but that is the required work. You actually need to have conversations with people in some form. And finally, are you doing that work or are you just perfecting something? Because a lot of the time, what people are doing is stalling their progress by inventing some excuse or some task that they think has to be done first, rather than the actual fucking work itself. Now, most of you watching this may already know a lot of this stuff. And if you didn't, now you do. But the thing is, you don't have a knowledge problem. You actually have an implementation problem. You need time in your diary to be able to solve these problems or implement or execute the work. So ask yourself, is this actually what you want? Because you're not getting the results because you're just not doing the easy stuff, the simple stuff, the stuff that actually takes time. Anyone could go out there and look on YouTube for 10 minutes and learn how to build a landing page or build a lead magnet. It's not that hard, but there's a reason you're not doing it. I don't know what that is. Only you can answer that question. But if you need help, check out some of my featured section and you will see how we help tons of coaches, freelancers, finance pros, agency owners, consultants, experts, strategists, loads of people transform not only their businesses, but their lives as well. All you need is some speed, you need some accountability or someone to do it alongside you, or you need a bit of direction and to be told what not to do. So if one of those few things resonates, click around on the profile, check it out, and if it sounds good, we would love to have a chat with you about hopping into C2C.